Hi, welcome to Joyfully Ever After with Rhonda. I'm Rhonda. So today we're going to talk about a joy partner. What is a joy partner? Well, years ago, a therapist told me that I needed to feel comfortable sharing all of the things that I was happy and joyful about with someone other than her and my parents. And I felt very uncomfortable with that because I thought, I don't want to make people jealous. I don't want to feel like I'm bragging. But what it ended up doing was something very different. It multiplied my joy because a joy partner means that you share your joy and they share their joy. And so I get so excited for my friends and my family, all my loved ones, when I hear great things happen to them. I even get excited when I hear strangers have great things happen to them. And so it really increased my joy by hearing other people's joy. And it also increased my joy to be able to share it with somebody else. And there were times when I had a hard time finding joy. And so the good thing about my joy partner was that they helped me find the joy when I couldn't do it myself. And so that's really what a joy partner does. It could be a sibling, it could be a friend, it could be a spouse, it could be somebody from church, it could be somebody from school or work. It just has to be somebody that you're comfortable enough to share with, somebody that will hold you accountable and say, you might want to dig a little deeper. I know of joyful things that happened to you this week, so think about it a little bit more. It doesn't really take a lot of time. My suggestion would be maybe 15 minutes. And I really encourage you to set aside that time to ask the person, hey, could you set aside 15 minutes for us every week to share what joyful things are going on in our lives? I encourage you to find somebody who doesn't feel competitive with you, somebody who you feel really wants for your best. So you might feel uncomfortable, like, well, how am I going to ask them? It's going to sound weird, a joy partner. Well, you can send them this video and say, hey, I'm trying to create more joy in my life, and I found this channel on YouTube. Would you mind watching this and maybe considering being my joy partner? That's one way to do it. The other way is to just say, hey, I want to create more joy in my life. What about you? Do you want to be joy partners? And every week we spend 15 minutes sharing what makes us joyful that week. So it's as easy as that. Once you have that down, then you have to figure out how many things you want to share. And I really encourage you to make it a discussion because in a week, there's probably a lot of things to be joyful or grateful or happy about. Maybe you start with one. You both share one thing. Then maybe you go to three. Then maybe you go to five. But it's whatever the two of you agree upon. Maybe one week you don't have 15 minutes, you only have 5 minutes. So that's definitely a week that you're probably each going to only share one. But you'll kind of grow into it and get a feel for it. If you're somebody who journals, and I really, really recommend a joy journal, you can look back in your journal because sometimes you're going to forget all the good things at the beginning of the week, and you can look back and remember. If you're not doing a joy journal or a gratitude journal, maybe you just write them down during the week so that when it's time to have your joy partner discussion, you'll have a list of things to share. I really encourage you to try this. I'm telling you, it makes the world of difference to share the great things going on with you. And it makes a world of difference to hear the great things going on with other people. And I think what happened to me might happen to you. I kind of became a joy magnet. Suddenly, I noticed all of my friends wanting to tell me the good things that happened to them, my sisters wanting to tell me the great things that happened to them. And I loved hearing them. Oh my gosh, there's nothing that makes me happier. So that's what I want to share with you right now. Finding a joy partner. If there's nobody that you can think of that you trust to be your joy partner, on the community page for Joyfully Ever After with Rhonda, I've asked a question. Hey, who would be willing to be a joy partner? Because if you don't have somebody in your life currently you feel comfortable to have as a joy partner, maybe I could be a joy partner matchmaker and matchmake you up with somebody. Let me know. And let me know what you think of this idea. Is this something that you're going to be comfortable with or uncomfortable with? Do you think it's silly? It won't hurt my feelings. I just find it very helpful. And if it's something that could help you find more joy, then I'm happy to share. This channel, it's a new channel. I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have already subscribed, I thank you so much. I'd also appreciate it if you gave me a thumbs up. And as I said earlier, you may want to share this with somebody who you might think would enjoy the content. I really want to spread more joy and happiness in the world. I spent too many years being a sullen, sad sack, and I don't want that anymore for me or for anybody else. So if you want to be joyful, I want you to be joyful because we all deserve to be joyfully ever after. I'll see you real soon.